Hey guys, it's Jeff from Golden Horseshoe Media Distribution, and I am back. Now, I'm not doing an unboxing video today because I wanted to fill you in on some things that have been going on the last several weeks. As you may or may not have noticed, I haven't done any unboxing videos for a while. I took a bit of a hiatus, and that's because some things have been coming down and I needed to address that first. So I want to fill you in on what's going on and what may or may not happen as a result. So since we started Golden Horseshoe Media Distribution back in 2013, we have been primarily distributing our DVDs and Blu-rays via Amazon.ca as a merchant on that platform. And Amazon is currently in the process of what it appears to be changing some policies or implementing some policies that will negatively impact merchants like myself who deal in small dollar items that are small in size. So DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, trading cards, coins, stamps, you name it, things like that that might go for $5, $10, $15, $20, $25 range. Okay, as it starts to get bigger, it's probably not as much of an issue, but in that dollar range it currently is. And I put this down to Amazon not understanding the Canadian marketplace as it relates to versus the US marketplace. So what Amazon wants to do is they want to start to focus on something called the valid tracking rate metric. That's the metric that they maintain for the merchants, Golden Horseshoe, that ensures that we maintain a 95% tracking rate on all of the packages that we send out. So what does that mean? It means that when I send something to you, you've just purchased, that I will send it via a method that has tracking on it. Now, on the surface, that sounds great. And if that were feasible, then of course, that's what I would do. But it's really not feasible in the Canadian marketplace dealing with small dollar items. So I'm going to give you two examples. I'm going to give you an example in the States, and I'm going to give you an example in Canada. In the States, using the United States Postal Service, you could send something from Buffalo to Seattle with tracking for about $4.50. And say a standard DVD. You could send it for about $4.50, Buffalo to Seattle with tracking. In Canada, we'll say the equivalent, so we'll say Toronto to Vancouver. The most economical way to send something Toronto to Vancouver in Canada would be through Canada Post, and it's letter mail. Letter mail does not offer tracking, but to do it without tracking is $3.60, so actually a little bit less. To add tracking to that, the cheapest way to do it would be to register your letter mail package, which is an additional $10. So now, in order to send something with tracking, it goes from $3.60 to $13.60 in order to send it. Now, if I've sold something to a client for, say, $10 plus, I usually charge $4.50 for shipping. So let's just round it up to $15 total. Well, Amazon's going to take their percentage. That's about $4, $3, $4. I don't know the exact number. That is going to leave 11, and then normally I would take off about $4 for the shipping, including the bubble wrap and everything I do in order to make sure that it gets there safely. And that would leave on about a $15 sale, about $7 of profit for my overhead for this storage unit, to buy DVDs in bulk, to do everything else that I have to do in order to maintain the business. But now, given the new logic that Amazon wants to implement, I'm going to go from making about $7 to losing about $3 on that same package. And the only difference is that the item going from Toronto to Vancouver is going to have a tracking number on it. Well, the question then becomes, how important is that? Is that extra $10? So if I sold the DVD for 15, if I raise the price to 25, will you buy it? My suggestion is probably not. You're going to say it's too high, and I will buy from someone out of the States or out of China or wherever that can sell it for less. So while Amazon is trying to do this, they say in order to improve the customer experience, several of the merchants are gathering together and saying, Amazon, please listen to us. We are trying to tell you the uniqueness of the Canadian marketplace. You will not improve the customer experience. You will actually, in fact, be driving away merchants. Some will end up closing up shop and going out of business. I myself have been spending a lot of time looking at potential pivot opportunities, looking at other platforms like eBay, looking at starting my own website, which is the one I actually like if I can get people to that website. I have been looking at some auction software and starting to sell my DVDs versus via an auction platform. So if anybody's familiar with HiBid or Auction Flex, those are the people that I've been talking to. And the final one is to just do more shows. We usually do about 5 or 6 shows a year. Maybe that gets ramped up to 12 to 15. Who knows? Ultimately, my preference would be to stay on Amazon. And we should be able to keep some of our items on Amazon. The thicker items that just can't go letter mail, like a TV season, which is quite thick. Those are too thick for the Amazon platforms. They're too thick for letter mail, so they get sent expedited, and it costs us 15, maybe even more, to do that. So there's a lot of TV seasons that we can't sell on Amazon, but the ones that we excuse me, I'm getting all choked up here. The ones that we can sell, we do. So what you'll find is that our exposure on the Amazon.ca platform is probably going to be greatly reduced. Now, they haven't enforced this change yet. I've received 2 warning letters and a phone call, which I unfortunately did not get, went through to my voicemail. But these are warnings saying this is going to happen. We've been trying to tell them that we think you're making a mistake, but I wanted you, the client, to know. So I'm going to ask a favor. I'm going to say, can you please share this video with people that you know that like tangible DVDs and Blu-rays? Because anybody in the Canadian marketplace that buys a DVD or a Blu-ray or a CD or anything like that through Amazon.ca will be impacted in some form if Amazon follows through. They need to know, they being Amazon, need to know that this is not what we want in the Canadian marketplace. Tracking would be great if Canada Post could offer us an affordable tracking option, say $5, the way it's offered in the States, but that is just not there right now. So maybe that's another push we could do. But in the meantime, buying DVDs is just going to get a little bit harder, even more. It's going to push more people to Netflix, which is a great service, but there are just so many benefits. Check a previous video that I did to having a hard copy DVD or Blu-ray. And we're there for those people. So check back here soon. We'll try and keep you updated as to what's been going on. I'll let you know when and if we're kicked off, or when and if the pressure settles down and everything looks good. And thanks for taking 10 minutes to listen to my rant. I hope it was articulate and concise. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. If you have anything that you want to send private, send it to my email, which you can find on the website. And I really appreciate you listening. Take care, keep well, and enjoy those movies. Talk to you soon.